Hey guys, so I thought it was finally time to do a tutorial on my eyebrows just because I don't think I've ever actually done a video where I go too in depth about how I do them. I get some questions from time to time about how I fill them in, which is always cool to hear because believe me, my brows have been through some shit. I'm just going to show you guys how I've been doing them lately. Honestly, my brow routine changes all the time. So if you guys want to know my current brow routine, then let's get started. Okay, so everything that I use on my brows is basically by Anastasia Beverly Hills. Sorry, I'm eating candy. Basically, on a day-to-day basis, like if I'm in a hurry or if I'm not spending like a bunch of time doing my makeup, which is basically 90% of the time, I just use the Dip Brow in the shade Auburn, and that's it. But if I have a little bit extra time on my hands, I start out using the Brow Wiz in the color Medium Ash, and so that's what I'm going to do today. I think I'm going to show you guys like my full brow routine, like what I do for my brows if I have enough time to get ready and do the whole shebang. So first things first, I'm going to take the Brow Wiz and I'm just going to take the little spoolie and comb through my brows just to put them in place. And I use this Brow Wiz to basically just get the shape of my brow that I want, and I just kind of basically do really light flicks around my eyebrow just to kind of get the shape that I want before I go in with the Dip Brow. So I'm just doing little flicks like this all throughout my brow just to kind of imitate the hair. And this shade Medium Ash is really close to my natural hair color because I'm naturally blonde. So this matches my eyebrows pretty well. The lighter you press down though, the harder you press down, the darker it goes, obviously. I'm just really lightly going through the bottom of my eyebrow to kind of give it that line and the arch that I want. And I'm just going to kind of go through towards the tail, define the arch just a little bit, and then go all the way through to the end. And I'm keeping the beginning of my eyebrow fairly free of product, just because I like that area to be lighter than the rest of my eyebrow. So that's basically everything that I do with the Brow Wiz, and I'll just kind of go through like this, spoolie through it, just to kind of make the product go through my eyebrow a little bit more evenly. So now that the general outline is done, I'm going to go in with this brush from Anastasia, and it's got the little spoolie on the end as well. Can't remember what this is called, but I will link it down below. I'm going to take this Auburn Dip Brow, and honestly, if you guys haven't tried this, you seriously just need the tiniest little amount. So I just kind of dip my brush in there and then rub the excess off on the side of the pot, and then I'm ready to go. I like to start kind of in the middle of my brow, just because I don't want to start at the very beginning, because I don't like a lot of product in the beginning of my eyebrow, because I don't like it to be too dark in the beginning. Who's texting me? Then I kind of work my way towards the beginning of my brow, and I just blend it upwards. I like to start with the bottom, then blend it up, rather than starting with the top, then blending it down, just because, I don't know, it's what I do. So I'm not putting any more product on my brush as I'm getting closer to the beginning. I'm just lightly kind of blending the product that I already put in the middle of my brow up towards here. And then I'm kind of flicking it up just to get my hairs in place. Now I'm going to go through the tail of my eyebrow. I'm going to get a little bit more product on my brush. And then, okay, just kidding, gotta fill in some bald spots. Now I'm just gonna start right here and make that arch however I want it, and then draw the end to a point. And I'm just gonna go back in with my brush and blend everything upwards, and then connect this tail. So right now it's a little bit too thin through here for my liking, so I'm just going to put a tiny little bit of more product on there and just kind of thicken that up. Now I'm going to take the spoolie end of this brush, and with the tip I'm just going to kind of smooth out the arch and just kind of, this helps disperse the product a little bit more. I tend to get a little out of control with the spoolieing sometimes, so I need to go around the edges of my eyebrow with some concealer and just fix the little messes that I made. So I'm just taking a really small flat brush with my MAC concealer and just fixing up those spots. Since they're looking a little bit harsh and darker than I would want them to look, I take my setting brush that I use to like set my under eyes and T-zone area with powder, and I just take whatever's left on the brush and just sweep it over the first half of my eyebrows, just to kind of lighten them up a little bit and to soften them out so they're not super harsh. Alright guys, so that's pretty much how I do my eyebrows on a day-to-day basis. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you next time.